to play a dilemma between our uchi and our hip line Ashi. So we're in, we have our overhook here. Maybe we don't have wrist control. I think it's a good practice to press kind of between both. Ideally, when I'm trying uchi I will be working with wrist control. However, it's going to be more of a setup move, so I don't necessarily need to work with it because my intention is going to be working off my partner's posture here. So from here, I just cross the feet, one, and then as I begin to go, I pivot, I come in, and as this happens, Luis is just posturing straight upright. So I'm here, there's no way I'm going to be able to get him over because his posture, his head is over his hip, so it's super heavy. So from here, all I'm going to look to do is I'm going to go behind the knee, I'm going to hop, 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 and I'm going to place this across the hip line, and there's a lot of arm tension here. So this is going to be our hip line Ashi here, where I'm just biting hard, and I'm hopping around Luis's base, and I'm coming in. So it's around the hip line, and we're coming in like so. A couple different options with coming in. Immediately, we can always pummel it right back to our inside triangle and start coming in, placing this in, following the heel, looking upright, and then from there, get into our finish, or Luis rolls it through. Just coming up, taking top position. So, we're going to take it back to the inside position off of our hip line Ashi. So I'm in, 1, 2, 3. I'm doing a little pendulum kick too for momentum. From there, immediately, I'm looking to throw this from the hip line back to the inside position. And then from there, making sure when I'm going, my foot is just tucked underneath so I have the ability to drive up. Now we can play dilemma between attacking legs and just coming up and getting top position. So if you're brand new, obviously focus on just taking the top position. You guys can play with the entry. If you want to work on chasing the heel a little bit, you can. It's going to leave it up to you. One more time, are we good? One more time. We're in. 1, 2, I feel the posture. I get the hand behind. And I'm going here, around, kicking behind. And I'm coming through. You guys could also practice, use the momentum to kind of come up on top. That's definitely there. Right now I'm slowing it down. I bring this to the inside. I tuck this up. From there, this skill, my underhook, still tricep. Walk the hips. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, we're looking at the final reaction from this hip line Ashi here. So as I'm coming in, and we're just saying we're in this position, for whatever reason, his leg is kind of shot back here. Yeah, and I can't like, it's hard for me to access, and it's just too far back. When this happens, I'm gonna look to go to a knee scoop, and now I'm gonna fall to the inside position here, where I'm coming in, and immediately I'm going to a hip post Ashi where I elevate my hips and I cross my ankles. So one foot's on the hip, other one's through. If I can, I'm gonna try to pick this up and expose the heel. That's gonna be my ideal game. From there, immediately, I clasp, and then I look to turn the corner as we're going. I look to regain and just clamp right on the hip. If for whatever reason, he's able to kind of break that plane where he gets the other side hip, don't worry, you just need to lock the triangle to the far side hip, and then you're doing kind of like a reverse crunching motion here on your finish. So, standing back up, we're looking hip post Ashi here. So I'm trying to push my hips up to turn it out, pinching my knee in to expose that heel. That's my goal. He wants to weight his foot, ideally make this pretty difficult, but from this hip post, I find it right in the crook of the hip. I bring this one over for kind of a reaping action. I expose the heel, and then I turn this into a rotation where we're coming across, and make sure when you're hitting this, you're pulling your hips back into your partner. So heels off the mat, spine's rounded, and you're trying to keep your wrist and your head relatively close, so we have the ability to get a strong finish. One more time. So we're hip line here. This isn't available. So as we're going, let's go back half step. Maybe I get here initially and you just shoot that back. From there, I'm gonna go to a sweeping motion and I'm gonna probably ideally use the momentum, but for slowing it down right now, get your hips off the mat, expose, find your grip, pull your hips in deep. From there, make sure you're on your elbow, wrist and head relatively close, spine rounded, and then work off your extension. All right, 1, 2, 3.